Hi, everybody. I am Holly Rowe. You guys might know me from ESPN, and I am so excited to welcome you to our very new, interesting 2020 Melanoma Research Foundation virtual Miles for Melanoma. I know we wish we could all be outside walking together today, but we're going to do our best to raise money for research and help all of those who have been diagnosed with melanoma. I just wanted to quickly share a little bit about my personal story. I am a stage 4 metastatic melanoma survivor. I am so grateful to the Melanoma Research Foundation because honestly, research dollars has helped save my life with cutting immunotherapy drugs that have changed the course of my treatment. I really believe in my heart that I wouldn't be here today talking to you guys without research. I believe in it, and that's why I'm here today to kick this call off and make sure that we do our best to raise money for research. That is the most important thing. So I know it's a weird, unusual year, but I'm glad that we're all together and let's do our best to raise money. I do have a thought that we have all been inside our homes and social distancing and self-quarantining for such a long time that when we do finally get to go outside on a regular basis, we're not going to be sun safe. So that is my lecture today. I want us to all really have melanoma top of mind and what we can do to prevent it, cure it, and impact this disease that has affected so many of our lives. We are social distancing, but we can still be together. We can still raise money around this critical disease that is affecting so many people. The MRF knows that for melanoma and overall the cancer community, that cancer has no cure. But we know that it's important to continue to fight, to earn money, to virtually fundraise, to virtually stand together to make sure that those who are continuing to fight this battle, they know we are by their side, that we are all in this together. So be sure to track your miles, fundraise the best way that you can, and let's still try to hit our goal of $75,000. I'm going to go out and walk by myself in my neighborhood today and still feel like we are a big army of warriors around the country that are walking and raising money. So now it is my pleasure to introduce a very key figure in all of this, the Melanoma Research Foundation CEO, Kylie Lapera, who will share more about the MRF's first virtual Miles for Melanoma campaign. Kylie, thank you for doing this and welcome.
Thanks, Holly. It's so exciting to virtually see you, even though we're so far apart. And thank you to our whole melanoma community for gathering together today to really kick off our virtual Miles for Melanoma campaign. As you guys know, and for some of you who don't, the Mrx mission is to eradicate melanoma by accelerating medical research, and educating to and advocating for the melanoma community. So since 1996, we've awarded $18.5 million in medical research grants and hosted 120 educational symposiums all across the country. We've also helped to increase the Department of Defense funding for melanoma research from $10 million in 2019 to $20 million in 2020. And next year, our goal is to increase that to $35 million. All in melanoma research. But as you guys know, without your dedication and support, we couldn't have accomplished any of these achievements. You are the reason the MRF exists, and the patient needs are always at the center of what we do. This year, Melanoma Awareness Month is a little different, but we set a goal, and we're launching our virtual Miles for Melanoma 5K. And we're gonna walk coast to coast together. Whether you walk, bike, or crawl, we're gonna walk 3,000 miles and raise $75,000 for melanoma research. And we've put a tracker on the website so you can track your progress. We have already had 29 teams sign up and we've raised over $5,400 already. Team Betsy and the Jets is currently our leading team. So go Betsy and the Jets. Your team will track your miles that you complete on the tracker sheet, and we're gonna highlight the top teams throughout the month. We'd also like to thank our national sponsors, Novartis, Neutrogena, and Coulibar. Together, they have come together to support this first ever virtual event. Our national apparel partner, Coulibar, is dedicated to make sure that you guys are staying sun safe when outdoors. So Coulibar is gonna donate a UPF 50 long sleeved Miles for Melanoma t-shirt to anyone who raises $100. In addition, our amazing partners at Neutrogena, our national prevention partner, is going to donate a full-size swag bag with full-size products in it. Everything from their Hydro Boost gel cream to their cleanser, to their makeup removers, zinc stick, all the things that you're going to need to stay sun safe when you go outside. So we're going to have a lot of great incentive prizes, guys. So please, please stay tuned. And every Sunday, we'll send you an update. So again, a huge thank you to our national sponsors, Novartis, Cooley Bar, and Neutrogena, for continuing to support the melanoma community with their incredible generosity during Melanoma Awareness Month. So now I have the distinct pleasure of introducing Dr. Ellen Varma, New York City board-certified dermatologist and owner of Marmur Medical. Dr. Marmur has received the Mrx Humanitarian Award at our New York City Gala and has also generously sponsored our New York City Miles for Melanoma. This year, you're going to be seeing a lot of Dr. Marmur because she is the spokesperson for our national #GetNakedPrevention prevention campaign. This campaign is really important, guys, because it's going to teach you how to check your own skin and really identify when something doesn't look right. So Dr. Marmur is going to be appearing on billboards and all over social media. And she's really passionate about this campaign because she is not only an amazing advocate for prevention, but she is also a melanoma survivor. So with that, Dr. Marmur.
Hi, everyone. I love this Melanoma Research Foundation goal of $75,000 today. And I'm going to put on all my sun protection right after this and go walking as well. So I've had several kinds of skin cancer myself, and I'm a skin cancer doctor. So this is hugely my passion because of all skin cancers, melanoma, as Holly so beautifully said, and Holly is such a great survivor, melanoma is the most tricky kind. Basal cell cancers and squamous cell cancers are two of the more common types of skin cancers. And I've had 2 basal cells on my nose and 1 under my eye, and then the early melanoma on my knee. And then in the past year, I've also had about 5 more biopsies of really scary black looking spots on my legs. Melanoma happens more commonly for men on their back, possibly because they're running around without their shirts on when they're young, without sun protection. And for women, it's on our legs. And so we definitely might want to wear those shorts, but definitely need to wear the sun protection, like you said. Self-skin checks are something that I love to tell people to do for this month of Melanoma Awareness Month or Skin Cancer Awareness Month, where you get naked in front of a mirror and you look at your scalp, and every little inch of your scalp, try to look behind your ears or ask somebody to look for you, inside your ears. My husband has a little brown spot that's getting bigger on his eyebrow. So just remember, 80% of new skin cancers are found by the patient themselves. So the ball is in your hands. You can look at somebody's skin, like your spouse or your close friend, or look at your own skin once a month. So this is a great time to start checking your own skin and detecting skin cancers when they're really early. I love Melanoma Research Foundation because, you know, when we get a skin cancer diagnosis, it is so scary. It tells you that your body is not saving you. It's breaking down a little bit. And sun is our number one, it's the number one variable that we can actually control. So skin cancers can happen from genetics, it can happen from pollution and other things, but of the one thing that you can do to control it, you can wear your sun protection. So I'm going to show you my show and tell. I wear huge sunglasses. I wear a Cooley Bar, huge hat that covers like everything, because the back of your neck, the ears. So the baseball cap that you're sporting is so pretty, Kylie, but it doesn't cover your ears. And so you really want to be careful there. I also sometimes I'll wear like a hoodie, like a sweatshirt hoodie, because if you don't want the big hat, at least a hoodie will help as well. And these can Velcro back and make you look really, really gorgeous. And believe it or not, I also wear sun protective gloves. So if you're a runner, don't forget to think about your gloves. You can buy really thin gloves as well. So that's my story. And never, of course, forget about your sun protection, your sunscreen. UV protection is broad spectrum. So you're going to look for an SPF of anything from 30 to 100. You're going to look for ingredients like zinc oxide and titanium dioxide. And you're going to become one of the best people, which is wear sun protection every day. And when it's May, June, July, August, or if you're on vacation and it's sunny, You want to avoid going outside between 10 and 2, and you want to reapply your sun protection every hour to 2 hours. So thank you so much, and I'm super proud of this. And the naked photo shoot wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. So it's really not that naked. I mean, you know, it's just my shoulder. Thank you.
Thanks, Dr. Marmur. That was awesome and such great information for our community. We really appreciate you being on today. So now I'd like to invite one of our amazing advocates and melanoma survivor from the Memphis Miles for Melanoma community, Ken Billett, who is the team captain for Team B.
Thank you, Kylie, and thanks everyone for attending this afternoon's ceremony. I want to talk about my journey. I've had a 25-year journey with melanoma and skin cancer, which has taken a lot of twists and turns. And along the way, the Melanoma Research Foundation has been there to help me with resources, education, and support. Following a complicated surgery in 2011 to remove a stage 2 tumor from my upper back, I attended a one-day melanoma patient symposium sponsored by the MRF in Nashville. At this conference, I learned two important things. First, I was not alone in my melanoma journey. And second, that the MRF was leading the way in research grants and scientific initiatives to stop this deadly disease. Unfortunately, melanoma wasn't finished with me. Almost 2 years later, in July of 2013, a PET scan revealed that I had stage 4 metastases in both of my lungs. I was devastated but determined to beat melanoma. As I prepared for my fight, I turned once again to the MRF and utilized its online resources and patient information forum. Having metastatic melanoma with a unique cancer mutation taught me how important medical research is in treating late-stage melanoma. I'm alive today, almost 7 years later, because a group of scientists were successful in testing an unusual hypothesis. I still have the lung metastases. My tumors are relatively small and stable, and I continue a daily treatment regimen. And I also realize how fortunate I am to be here today to talk with you. With the help of the Melanoma Research Foundation, I've taken a more active advocacy role in both melanoma research and skin cancer prevention. I'm a certified melanoma educator, an MRF phone buddy, a volunteer, as Kylie mentioned a moment ago, for the Miles from Memphis Melanoma 5K. And last year I was recognized by the MRF as being one of the leading individual fundraisers for our race. In addition, I've shared my story online with several national skincare groups, and periodically I write blog posts about melanoma prevention and treatment. Last year, I was nominated by the MRF to participate on a scientific review panel for the Defense Department's congressionally directed medical research program. The review work was both intense and eye-opening, and it was an honor to be able to represent my fellow melanoma patients. So thanks to everyone again for attending today's virtual opening ceremony, and thanks to the Melanoma Research Foundation.
Great. Thank you, Ken. Thank you for sharing your story, and thank you for all that you do to support the melanoma community. We're so grateful. Now I would like to introduce another advocate in our community. She's Denver-based, and she's not only a supporter, but she has been personally touched by ocular melanoma, which is a rarer form of melanoma, impacts about 2,000 people a year. Emily Bingham lost her husband to ocular melanoma in 2019. Emily has turned her grief into action. She is the owner of Move Through, a studio that is focused on connecting those who've experienced a loss of a special person in their lives through exercise. Emily has hosted several classes for the MRF during the month of April in our April 30 and 30 campaign. And she's going to share a little bit of her story with us today, and then she's going to lead us in a warm-up. Emily?
Hi, thank you guys. It's so good to see everyone. It's kind of crazy how everyone's come together virtually, and even though we can't be with each other physically, we can still just feel each other's presence. So thank you guys for putting this on. It's really nice. So yeah, my husband Ian unfortunately passed away from ocular melanoma in March of 2019. So it's been about a year now, just over a year. And I started getting involved with the Melanoma Research Foundation, mainly the ocular melanoma discussions from an education standpoint. When his cancer metastasized, they were very helpful in us helping us navigate the entire scheme of medical hoops and choices that you have to make when you're faced with that type of a diagnosis, especially for uveal melanoma, because it's so rare and there's not a cure, and just trying to figure out experimental treatments and which way to go. So we were really grateful for MRF support there. And since his passing, I've kind of been able to work with you guys in a whole new light with the Miles program, and then also just the last April campaign. It's and then my first one, I ran the Miles, and I kind of went into it thinking, I don't know how I'm going to feel about this. I'm just going to do it and see how it goes. But being surrounded by that many people that have all been affected by this disease was just really, like, it had a huge impact on me, and it made me think of Ian. I felt very connected to him the whole time, and it's become a really amazing way to give my life meaning and purpose after going through a loss like this. So thank you guys so much for including me in this. And if you guys are ready, should we get our bodies moving a little bit? Okay, cool. So I always do everything to music. Oh, I should probably talk a little bit about Move Through. So like you said, Move Through is my new company that I started. It helps young adults cope with grief through exercise. Right now, all my workouts are virtual. So check out my page, Let's Move Through, THRU, and we'll move through grief together if you've been affected by this. And I'm so sorry, my heart goes out to anyone facing this disease or who's beyond that point as well. So let's stand up. I'm gonna turn on some tunes and get excited to walk, you guys. All right, so stand up, shake it out a little bit. Just take a deep breath in, exhale it out. Nice. Breathe in a bunch of positivity, good vibes. Exhale anything that's holding you back. Let's take one more. Nice, all right. Widen your stance. We're just gonna lunge it out side to side. Nice dynamic stretch. Lunge it. Add your arms, just reach. Get your side body nice and warm. That's it. Keep it going. Good. Just enjoy the music. You're moving your body. Feel your heart rate start to beat. That's it. All right. Hold it over to one side, and let's take it into a runner's lunge. So drop your hands down to the ground. Feel your right hip flexor stretch out. Nice big stretch. This is good for walking, for running. Drop your back knee down. Same arm as back leg. Reach it up and over. That's it. And then drop it right back down. Shift your hips back. Flex your front leg for a hamstring stretch. Hamstring stretch. You can let your head drop. Good. Come back up to a low lunge. And then we're going to lunge it back side to side. Get your inner thigh stretched again. Stretch it. There you go. Just a few more, then we'll take it to the other side. Nice. All right. Hold it to the other side. Pivot and turn. Find a runner's lunge. Stretch out your left hip flexor this time, or whatever one you didn't do. And then drop your back knee down. Same on the side, lift it up and over for a little side stretch. Nice, guys. I know we can't see each other, but I can feel your energy right here. That's right. Plant your hands down, shift your hips back, flex your front leg, stretch All right, come back up. Nice wide V. Let your head hang forward. Soft bend in your knees. And then just walk your feet together. Slowly roll on up. Take one more deep breath in. Exhale, bring your hands to heart center. Virtual high fives. Get out there and try to walk, run. I'm gonna go on a run this afternoon. So I'll log my miles. And thank you guys for being here and supporting.
Thanks, Emily. That was awesome. Thank you for sharing your story and for being such an amazing advocate for the MRF in the Denver community and now a national community. So that's awesome. Really awesome. All right, guys. Well, this is the conclusion of our opening ceremonies. It's now time to start your team if you haven't done so already. So you're going to log on to melanoma.org/virtual miles and start your team. It's really easy and it's a great way to get your community together to really raise some money for melanoma research and to support the million melanoma patients and their families all across the United States that need our help. So get out there, enjoy, get some exercise, and help give back to the melanoma community. So on your marks, get set, go.